Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Nana Firdaus, and on today's tutorial I will be showing you how to cut and sew this beautiful hijab. Without further ado, let's get started. For this tutorial, you will need 1 yard to 1.5 yard of your trimming for your embellishments, and you will need 1 yard of stretchy fabric. I use lycra fabric for this hijab. So you start by folding your fabric into 2. Then for the front length, I'll be measuring 23 inches from the folded edge downwards this way. I'll mark it, and to get the part where the side measurements will be, you are going to come down by 12 inches from your folded edge. Then you go in by 10 inches from the 12-inch mark. You are going to make a box that is 12 inches by 10 inches. That is what I'm trying to do. So the length of the box is 12 inches, which is what I'm measuring here again to form the box. So that particular point where I marked is where the side measurement is. So you'll be linking that point to your 23-inch mark, which is your front length. So for the back length, I'll be using 35 inches. So I'm measuring 35 inches for my back length, and you will link the front length to your side measurement down to the back. So to cut the back, it will be in a U-shaped form this way, while the front shape is a V-shaped. So you'll be cutting it out the same way I just did. Don't forget to notch the midpoint. So after cutting it out, you are going to measure the length of your V shape, because that is what you use to cut out your flounce. So after getting the length of your flounce, to cut out your front flounce, you are going to fold your fabric into 2. Then you'll be folding it again this way, diagonally this way. So since we have 15 inches as the length of your V shape, you are going to divide it by 2, which is 7.5. So I'm looking for the circumference where I'll be getting my 7.5 inches, because that is the width that I need. So after getting it, you will come down by 10 inches from the tip of your fabric downwards, and you measure it in a cone. Then you cut it out. So after cutting it out, the length of the first layer of the flounce is 5 inches, which is what I marked on the folded edge. You mark your 5 inches. Then I measured my 15 inches, which is the length of the flounce. I measured it out. So around the midpoint of your flounce, you come down by 3 inches. Remember that we came down by 5 inches on the folded edge. You come down by 3 inches. Then you are going to link the edge of your 15 inches that you mark this way, and you will cut it out. This is the shape you are going for. The side is going to be shorter than the midpoint. So when you open it up, this is what you have. So now you'll be cutting the longer layer of your flounce by folding your fabric into 2. Then you'll be placing the first flounce that you cut, the shorter layer, on it. Make sure that the folded edge is placed on the folded edge of the fabric. Then the length of the second layer is 7 inches, so you'll just be adding 2 inches to the first layer. You add 2 inches to it round, and you cut it out this way. So both layers of the front flounce is ready. To cut your hijab cap, you'll be folding your fabric into 4 this way. The cap height is going to be 4 inches, while the cap width is going to be 7 inches. Then you cut it out. Don't forget to notch the midpoint of your hijab cap. Then use your hijab cap to cut out your foam, which you'll be inserting in between your cap when you want to sew it. Now to the sewing aspect of the tutorial, I'm going to start with the hijab cap first. So you are going to put the foam that you cut, the 1/2 inch foam that you cut earlier, you are going to put it in between your hijab cap this way. Align the fabric properly. Then you are going to sew straight lines on it. Make sure that both sides of the hijab cap is well aligned. After sewing your straight lines on your hijab cap, you fold it, then you trim off the excesses. You trim off the excess foam that is showing on it, and you notch your midpoint again. So now to attach your hijab cap to your main hijab body, you'll be opening up your main hijab body with the right side facing up. Then you'll be placing the neatest part of your cap on your hijab cap with the right side facing each other this way. You place it with the notch points pinned together. You pin the notch points together. You align your cap properly, then you sew it. After sewing your hijab cap, you fold your face circumference into 2 this way. Then you will be measuring half of your face circumference. Half of my face circumference is 10 inches, so I measured 10 inches. Then you'll be closing your front length this way. So it's time to join your front flounce to your main hijab body. You will start by notching the midpoint of your flounce. Then you place the longest layer with the right side facing up, and you'll be placing the shorter layer with the wrong side facing the right side of your longer layer. That is, the right side of both layers will be facing up. You place the notch points together. Then you'll be placing the notch points on the flounce on the part where you joined your front length together with the right sides facing each other. So the right side of the shorter layer is going to face the right side of your main hijab body. You are going to align your flounce towards the side on one part of the hijab. Then you join it from one side to the other side this way. Make sure that you are sewing the 3 layers together. That is the main hijab body and the 2 layers of your flounce. You are joining everything together, and this is what it will look like once you are done. So after sewing, it's time for you to embellish it with your trimming. So I'm going to be using my heat transfer machine to do that. I'll start by pressing my hijab first so that it will lay properly. Then I'll be placing my trimming on it. The trimming has gum on the back, so the heat is just to heat it up and melt the gum to the fabric. So I'll start by doing that on one side of the hijab, and I'll do the other side too. I'll repeat the same thing for the other side of the hijab. So I'll be placing the trimming on the part where I joined the flounce to the main hijab body. So I'll be using the heat transfer machine to melt the gum on it. After doing that, I'll repeat the same thing on the cap of the hijab. So you start by pressing the hijab cap first to lay properly. Then you place your trimming on it on one side. You place your heat transfer machine on it, melt the glue. Then you repeat the same thing for the second side too. And your hijab is ready. This is the final look of this beautiful, easy to make hijab. You can make it in any length that you want. Don't forget to send pictures of your own recreations to me via any of my social media handles. If you found this tutorial video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel. Ma salam.